Have you lost weight only to gain it right back after returning to your routine? Did your diet work for someone else but not you? Rockin' That ID Life helps you understand your genetic makeup to find a lifestyle that fits your needs. Together, you and RockinThatIDLife.com can focus on your health and meet your goals today. That's RockinThatIDLife.com.
Center Ice Brewery is a proud sponsor of Let's Go Blues Radio. If you haven't heard, Center Ice Brewery beer is now exclusively available at beer stores around town, so make sure you pick some up on your next Milk and Eggs run. That's Center Ice Brewery. Please drink responsibly. Welcome to a special playoff edition of Let's Go Blues Radio. It's Season 10, Episode 41. And episode number 359 all time. We are the often imitated, never duplicated. You can bring out our Zambonis. We're the original St. Louis Blues hockey podcast. And on the agenda for tonight, we'll be discussing the crazy Game 5 comeback, overtime win by the Blues over the suddenly extra hated Avalanche. Special thanks to RockinThatIdealLife.com and CenterIceBrewery.com for proudly sponsoring the show. Please check them out. It's Thursday, May 26th, and we're broadcasting live on YouTube and Facebook. To interact with the show, we're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Just do a search for us. You will find us. I'm Kurt Price. I'm my co-host tonight. For the big show are Bill Day and Jeff Ponder. Gentlemen, one of you is sporting an injury, so I'm assuming the game last night was pretty wild for you guys.
Yeah, there was a little bit of an extra celebration for me. For those that were maybe following me on social media, or listened to the last show, I was ready to throw in the towel on this team. I was like, tomorrow is, the game is just going to be the death nail for the Blues. So I was pretty much negative the whole time. Really wasn't even celebrating any goals. The only ones I celebrated was the game tire and then the game winner. And when the game winner happened, I jumped up and kicked my ottoman as hard as I could, on accident, of course. And, I fell down. I'm writhing in pain, but I'm still going, yeah, Bozy! Ow!
Ottoman is actually the name of your dog, right?
That's true. Right. Poor little Ottoman. He didn't even see it coming. But, yeah, it was a fun celebration. But, yeah, I woke up today and let's just say I have a friend who's a medical professional and saw her and today just for another reason and showed it to her. And I said, what do you think of my toe here? She's like, you need to go get an x-ray right now. Like, leave here right now. Go get an x-ray. I think your toe's broken. And I'm like, oh, well. I might have broken my toe last night.
So two quick points of clarification there. Ottoman isn't really Jeff's dog's name. Jeff didn't kick his dog. Don't do that. And the reason why he was at the doctor was monkeypox.
No, actually gonorrhea.
Ah, close.
It flared up again, man. It won't go away.
We'll get into the game here in a sec. I just want to say I've made an appearance on the Mole Hole with Randy Molman a number of times. I did it again this morning. We talked some Blues hockey, and he's been good to us and promotes our show when I'm on. So I figured, you can check out his show every Thursday morning, 7 to 9 a.m. It's the Mole Hole, and it's on 92.9 FM in St. Louis, 102.9 FM in St. Louis, or you can listen online at kwrh929.org. So
Randy he's a good dude.
Yeah, Randy's great, and he'll cover a number of topics, mostly sports, but he'll cover some topical things too, kind of a catch-all, but sports oriented. So it's a good listen.
I believe he was. I couldn't remember if he was on before Z-Man or if he was on before the morning after, back when I was coming on their show, but. At some point, he met me and invited me, said, hey, you can come on my show anytime and talk Blues. Very nice guy, knows his sports. And, good show. For those of you maybe who have an early morning, make sure you check out the Mole Hole. And what'd you say was 102.9 FM?
92.9 FM, 102.9 FM, or online at kwrh929.org.
Good dude. Yep. Cool. Yeah, I wasn't able to listen, but I'm sure you did a wonderful job and made us look smart, Kurt.
I think I did well. I was up early enough so I didn't sound groggy. Had my brain working, so I think it went okay.
Yep. I actually have an announcement, unless you have something else to add. I threw this in. I don't know if you saw it on the outline. But basically, I just wanted to make a quick announcement about the summer shows. Yes, folks, again, it is coming close to that time. Hopefully, not anytime soon, but it is going close to the time where we will be having our summer shows. I always have a theme. My theme this year is kind of similar to the first one. I'm focusing on kind of programs around the area, mostly Blues related. So they have like that warrior hockey for the war vets.
Yes, disabled vets.
And
yes,
disabled vets. Yeah, and so I actually already have an interview set up with one of the goalies on one of those teams, and I think he's going to get me in touch with some of the captains. And I'll tell you too, I'm going to be in touch with the Special Blues. I'll be talking to them, having them come on the show, and then just other area things. I was going to ask if our friend Jesse, hopefully he's listening tonight, if he still is involved with the Cyclones, the women's team out here. If so, I'd love to have them on too and talk about the Cyclones. So that's going to be kind of the theme this year. We'll be talking about programs in the area for hockey and just things the Blues are involved in the area. I think that'll be a nice little touch to the summer shows. And of course, we'll have our normal hijinks stuff. Our Mystery Hockey Theater will be back. I know you guys will be excited to do that with me. And then we'll also be doing like Men's League Minute will come back, which I thought was fun last year. So look out. We'll have summer shows every week.
Yeah, the Mystery Hockey Theater was one of my favorite things we've done.
Yeah, we're going to do it again.
If you're not familiar, if you're familiar with Mystery Science Theater, with the comments during the movies, the old movies that they make, we basically watch a historically meaningful blues game of some kind. And you watch it with us and we comment along with it. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. And we have the live chat open, so we have people that tune in and they have their comments in there too. It's a lot of fun. It's literally popcorn material, like Michael Jackson sitting back with his popcorn. It's a lot of fun.
Yep. Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. Are we ready to go to break, Jeff? Because I'll take a break here. We don't
Kurt's
have
already
blues
got to
history.
pee.
Oh, yeah, we're not going to do that. Well, real quick, I'll just mention my beer. Same as last show.
Oh, sorry.
The Sparkler. Yeah, we don't have to make a big deal about it, but Sparkler from Four Hands, one of my the best seltzer out there, I think.
And you're rocking the Arena Lager, nice.
Old Arena Lager
rocking,
for me.
It's been a good luck beer, I think. The 312 Shandy for me this playoff run. So
keep drinking it.
I only have one of those left. I need a beer run.
Well, go make one now because we're going to take a break.
Yeah. So those are the official beers, episode number 359. And we'll get into the Blues and Avalanche Game 5 right after this word from ID Life.
It's springtime, and I know in my house, it's such a good feeling to open up the windows and let the breeze roll in for new life in my home. Your body's no different. Detoxifying your body can reduce any inflammation, purify your blood, help with weight loss, improve sleep, and boost your circulation. Don't just go after those detoxifiers that only focus on the gut and bowel, though. If you're going to do it for real. The all-new Detox Box from RockinThatIDLife.com cleans all your systems, flushing your kidneys and bowels, detoxifying your liver, and restoring your microbiome for full homeostasis. You'll feel re-energized, restored, and renewed. Make your order now and receive a free detox water bottle with your order. Visit RockinThatIDLife.com or email Dustin at RockinThatIDLife@gmail.com and tell him Let's Go Blues Radio sent you to receive an additional 10% off your order. That's RockinThatIDLife.com and give your body that much-needed spring cleaning today.
All right, so a couple items in the YouTube chat. Dr. Nighthawk has joined us. She is the crossover fan in this series. She's She's an Avs fan and a Blues fan, but she is rooting for the Blues in this series. So welcome, Dr. Nighthawk. We had the pleasure of meeting her at Four Hands that one night, so that was pretty cool.
Of course. Yep.
Yeah, that wonderful was the second last meeting between the Blues and the Wild in the regular season.
Yep.
Great game.
That was a great game.
Third period comeback. Loved it.
And she says they have the first case of monkeypox here in Colorado.
That sucks.
And she was at the game too. She said Game 5 in at the Ball Arena. So she says one of the best games she's attended in person. I bet. I mean, it's one of the
hell of a game.
It's one of the best finishes to any Blues playoff game ever.
Right.
So
probably only behind Game 7 in 2019 and the Monday Night Miracle.
Yeah, I would. I mean, if you don't count, Game 7 against Dallas, the overtime goal. But as far as comeback wins go, comeback wins. Monday Night Miracle edges this one out, but this was.
It's the first time in NHL history that a team came back twice to tie a game
that late. Right?
Yeah, in an elimination game.
True. Yes, because the game against the Flames in '86 was an elimination game, but they didn't come back. I don't know. They did come back a few times.
They came back. Yeah, no, they came all the way back. Right. Yeah.
They didn't tie it. Yeah, they tied it late. This game, they tied it twice. Right. That's what the stat was. Yeah. So let's get into it. First period, the Avs scored pretty soon into the game. 3:53 from Lehkonen and Byram. McKinnon got this goal. McKinnon's 6th goal of the playoffs and his first of the series, which we were down 3-1 when McKinnon hadn't scored against us and Makar had been largely held in check. It's like, you think if you held Makar and McKinnon in check without a goal, they'd be, we'd be okay. But down 3-1. Perron's chip dump from center with one forechecker entering the zone doesn't get deep enough, and it's gloved down by Byram and moves the puck up to the boards to the and the Avs enter the blue zone with speed, 3-on-2, with speed as a theme with this Avs team.
Mm-hmm.
McKinnon banging a stick like there's no tomorrow. Lehkonen feeds McKinnon in the high slot as the Blues forwards haven't gotten back yet from the quick turnover by Perron. He cut across, lets the shot go. Leddy reaches out to block the shot. It goes off his stick as it's shot. Comes off his stick goofy. It gets by Husso. Stick side post as he's moving a little to his left. I think
another theme.
No kidding.
Pucks went off Blues players.
And stick side on Husso.
Yeah, stick side on Husso.
But I don't. I mean,
no, you don't fault him. You don't fault him. But that's where everything's going.
Yeah, I'm not even sure this one was going there initially. You think?
Yeah,
I mean, it could have been.
It was probably going right into his equipment.
Maybe
the initial shot.
So, and then near the end of the first period, McKinnon scores again for the Avalanche. Power play goal this time. 18:23 on the clock from Rantanen and Makar. A give and go with Rantanen and McKinnon on the far side. McKinnon got in behind Mikkola and drives the net from a bad angle. Cuts in front, tries to stuff it in down low. Husso makes the save. Puck pops up into the air, goes off Parayko's chest and into the net. So goal number 2 off of a Blues defenseman. Bad break again.
When this goal goes in, the first thing I did was I took my hat, I threw it on the ground, and I just go, fucking Husso. Because I didn't see it went off Parayko. I'm like, he had the net covered. Yeah. How did that sneak in? Same again, I mean, McKinnon is like, he's in basically by himself. So it's hard, you see that, it's, can you really blame the goalie there? But I'm like, he had the whole net covered. How did that go in? And then you watch the replay and it goes right off fucking Parayko. And then it's all of a sudden the narrative for me changed. Fucking Parayko. Jesus, dude.
Yeah. It's one of those things where it's just an unlucky thing.
It is.
Do you blame anybody? I don't know. I don't think so. It's a bad bounce.
Did you throw anything, Kurt? Because
I did not.
I did not. Did you? I
I
either threw my phone or my iPad. I think that was I threw my phone.
I try to not throw electronics.
That's the only thing I've got in my head. So I think it was the Landeskog goal that I threw the iPad, but I threw it into a pile of laundry, so it was okay.
Well, there you go. That's okay then. It's like a little soft pillow.
Right.
It
was a great setup for me last night.
My thing when I watch, I stand close to the TV and I watch. And if I'm upset and angry and disgusted with the team, then I sit down.
I was sitting almost all game last night.
That I wasn't. I sat down after it was I think when it was 2-0, I sat down. And I was disgruntled at that point. And I stayed sitting when it became 3-0.
One of my wife's friends called literally right before this goal went in. So she picks up the phone. Hello? Oh, we're just sitting here watching the Blues game. Then in the background, you hear, fucking Huso! And she's apparently her friend was like, is he like that all the time? Like, no, only when the Blues are playing.
He has Tourette's.
He has hockey Tourette's.
The Blues aren't even playing. It's called hockey Tourette's.
Yeah, right.
Cusses out a random player's name for no reason.
It's August. Why is he cursing Parayko?
That should be a thing. Hockey Tourette's. Make a T-shirt. Somebody get offended. Probably not.
Sure.
So 2 goals into this game. Something I noticed. So in game 2 against the Avalanche, the Blues had 2 or 3 goals go in off Colorado players. And the broadcast crew in game 2 mentioned a couple of times how those were lucky goals or how Colorado was unlucky there for that puck to go in the net. Not a word last night about the Avs being, quote, lucky on the first 2 goals when they were the same kind of thing as the Blues were scoring in game 2, which I thought was, I don't know. I thought of that right away. I was like, okay, where's the comment about the lucky goals? No, it didn't. That wasn't a thing.
The Blues are the enemy in this series. That's pretty damn clear. Like it, and honestly, slightly rightfully so because of the stupid idiot fans with Kadri. But yeah. I mean, it sucks that we're all vilified because of a couple morons. And unfortunately, the media has definitely skewed toward the Blues being the bad guys.
And the broadcast crew, and it's not even it's more, I almost took it as just, too much respect for the Avalanche. Not that they don't deserve a ton of respect. They're a fantastic team. But, if you're going to, it's the same broadcast crew. So it's like, I just something I noticed. And then Bissonnette from TNT and Spit and Chicklets tweeted this out, was after the game. He said, what a meltdown. Back to the loo for game 6 Friday. What a wasted performance by Nate Dogg. And so I retweeted it and I said, and hear me out, maybe the narrative should be 2 goals by Robert Thomas in a thrilling comeback win in an elimination game. That's way more fun. Yeah, because it was interesting to me that the narrative was blown lead as opposed to great comeback, when if the tables were turned and the Avalanche scored 2 goals late, tying the Blues twice, then winning in overtime, damn well it would have been all about what a fantastic comeback, unbelievable poise and play by the Avalanche against the Blues. It wouldn't have been, the Blues choking away, except for amongst Blues media and Blues fans, right?
Well, Blues are the bad guys. We just need to accept that, I guess.
Anyway, that just kind of rubbed me the wrong way.
Right, because there are a couple of racist assholes in Missouri that, we're all racist assholes now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's probably half a dozen people, something like that, or a little more. It's like, yeah, let's define millions of people by 6 people.
And let's completely forget that Nazem Kadri is a dirty hockey player.
Yeah.
Listen.
Wait till you listen to last episode there, Bill.
I heard parts of it.
I went on quite the rant about that.
It's and unfortunately I wasn't able to join, but I'll just say that and I'm sure you said this at length, Jeff. It's unfortunate that people are forgetting who Kadri is in this entire thing, and a dirty ass, one of the dirtier players in the NHL. the Marchand of the West, a less talented Marchand of the West, right? Is all of a sudden a martyr and he's put on a pedestal.
He's a media darling.
Yeah. Oh, and people are praising him, and I'm like, yeah, he came back and had an amazing game after that shitstorm that happened. But and good for him for doing that. But man, and then he taunts the crowd after he gets his first goal. And I'm like, what are you doing, guy? What are you doing?
After every goal.
You're fanning the flames. I mean, read the room. What are you doing? And I mean but again, that's who he is. He is a dick. He's a prick. And it's funny because I don't listen to Spit and Chicklets ever, but I happened to today because it popped up my timeline and I clicked on it for some reason. And they talked about Kadri. There was Whitney and Bisonet. They talked about Kadri and about how great a player he is and about how much of a prick he is. And they praised the fact that he was such a prick. And they said it's a lost art in the NHL, which I guess it is, but it was just really strange. They know everyone. They know this, and it's a weird thing to praise, because Perron was
not. It's not for a Bleacher Report or for a what is it, Barstool Sports related podcast to sing the virtues of a prick. It's not a friend at all.
That's true. Well, it's two pricks praising a prick, right? So,
but I'm gonna real quick say what you want about Bissonnette. He's been great on TNT.
On TNT.
Keep him apart from Ryan Whitney. Keep him apart from Ryan Whitney and all the bro shit that they do. And he is actually a very insightful commentator for TNT.
I agree with you. I completely. And the TNT panel has been amazing. And I love the fact that the Bissonnette can say shit. He can cuss left and right on Twitter, and he can say what he wants. And he's not. And TNT is like, oh no, you gotta tone it down. Maybe we'll suspend you for a while because you're saying some controversial stuff, attacking some fans or whatever, for being dicks. He called some fans out, for being assholes. And I'm like, I kind of like that. I kind of like the fact that they're letting him talk because it's the whole honesty thing that even though he cleans up his stuff for TNT quite a bit, but no, I agree with you. The whole bro stuff with Whitney and the rest of the dicks at spitting at Barstool. Yeah.
To reel us back in, Dr. Nighthawk.
Yes.
And again, I'm guessing you haven't listened to the last episode. If you like me, you'll like the last episode because it was all me and Vanessa Graff. Tried to represent us well at the game and online. Kadri has a history of being dirty on the ice, but the racist remarks were uncalled for. Both can be true. And she says, I think Kadri's post-game interview after Game 4 was classy, at least especially after what he went through from garbage humans. Agree 100% with all that. And again, went into great detail on this in the last show, but I respected him saying, this is for all the haters. I know not all St. Louis are garbage, but I respect, this was for the haters. Well, I loved that. That was a great comment, and I respected that. I don't like him, and I hate that the media has turned him into some guy on a pedestal to say, oh, this guy's been so great. Everyone love him. Like, no, fuck him totally. And at the same time, fuck the idiots that had the racist remarks toward him.
Yeah. it's Nazem Kadri, as a hockey player, it's especially this postseason, it's as complicated as life, right? It's a very complicated situation with he's the subject of racist taunts online and racist threats, which it's completely inexcusable. And he had a performance for the ages after getting, the game 3, it was game 3, right? That he had the hat trick. Just performance for the ages.
Game 4?
Game 4. Yeah,
Game
it was
4.
Game 4. It was Game 4. Right.
Game 4 was a hat trick. Game 3 was yeah.
Right. So, performance for the ages,
Incident.
unbelievable. He gets touted, gets lauded for it all, but at the end of the day, he's still Nazem Kadri, the guy who's suspended for how many games in the playoffs over his career for hurting people.
He's been suspended. He's been suspended.
That's what
10
he
times.
does.
10 times.
Yeah,
that includes
on the last show.
That includes the one time that he was suspended for missing practice, which is a different story. But
you didn't tell me it was required reading before the show. Sorry, Jeff.
You should know. Damn it! I put all this work into the show. Jesus.
So the one thing I thought was interesting, and I wonder if they did it on purpose or I wonder if it's just me being picky, because during his post game interview, where after he had a hat trick, where he said not every single Blues fan is a racist or whatever he said not every single Blues fan is I was like, well, hold on, stop. That, to me, hearing that implies that there are quite a few, not every single one, it was like a handful of people.
I don't think that was
vocal, vocal minority.
I think you're reading into it a bit. I don't think that's how he meant
it. Maybe I am, but that's how it sounded to me. I think,
yeah, I get it.
And if you think about it, you understand what I'm saying? That not every single one, but
I read that
any of them is what we should say.
I read that as like, okay, every organization is going to have shitty fans, and here are the Blues ones that were giving me trouble. Like I don't think he meant it like that. It's it's an interview. He didn't have a prepared statement, so I think it was just I don't know. Okay. I think you might be reading into it a bit, which I get. I understand that.
Maybe
defending your city, defending your team. I get it.
Yeah, and I'm not ever going to defend the people that said that what they said to him and the death threats and the racist remarks. Is beyond reprehensible. And people some of the people use their own names, their accounts with their names on them, and one kid was a teenager, and he got removed from his fraternity. He got in trouble because it was a screenshot. It was his Instagram account. His name was in the Instagram account, and I'm like, what are you doing? I mean, okay, first off, you're an idiot for saying what you said. You're stupid for feeling that way.
I think that says everything. That's stupid.
I guess. And it's par for the course, right, with his comments, to do that with your own personal account with your name in it. It's like, okay, you're a moron. He was in college. He should have known better.
Did you see? Yeah. So I guess that's the one you're talking about, right? The one that got taken out of the chapter or whatever that.
Yes.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Idiot.
Yeah.
Absolute idiot.
I'm glad that he's facing something. I don't know how much trouble he's getting into, or I think his wasn't the death threat. It was the racist remark, right?
Oh, I didn't see this. Dr. Nighthawk says his mom said his account was hacked.
Oh, sure.
Oh, yeah. Shut up.
Right.
Come on.
Such a lie.
By his dad?
Yeah. By me.
Maybe you can make a case for I was logged in and somebody else came in on my account, but no one's going to hack into your account to say that.
Oh, I need to make a racist comment to Nazem Kadri. I'm going to hack into someone else's account.
What he should have said, if you're going to lie, if you're going to make up a story like that, say, well, I was in a computer lab and we're all watching the game together, and I was logged in Instagram, and I went and I was somewhere else in the room, and somebody posted it as me. But
it was Timmy. I tell you, it was Timmy.
Those computer labs do exist. They're I'm not sure why, but I guess I don't know. We have them on campus. So it's 2-0 Avs going into the second period, and 4:02 into the second period, Landeskog scores for the Avs from Taves and McKinnon. Offensive zone faceoff win for Colorado. Straightforward faceoff win, shot, tip, score. It was not much more to it than that. Husso had a pretty good look at it, but it was tipped. Puck went through 4 sticks. O'Reilly was on Landeskog, didn't have his stick tied up. Parayko was on Rantanen, didn't have his stick tied up. And so there's just, I mean, and that's an easy tip for an NHLer. My God, it's like a automatic. It's a nice floater, between chest and waist high. They're tipping every one of those. I mean, I don't know why the sticks weren't tied up, but they weren't. So, and it's at this point
par for the course with the Blues defense of the series.
I don't get it. And it was O'Reilly. O'Reilly's a responsible player, and it's just one of those things, I guess. I don't know. So at this point, it's early in the second period, and the Blues aren't playing well. The Avs are up 3-0. It didn't look good. At least at 2-0, you're within a realistic striking distance. But 3-0 makes it look rough, and on top of you're not playing well. You're almost halfway through the game, and to win, you're going to have to score like 4 goals in half a game. That's a lot.
On the road, in high altitude.
Yeah, against a good team in the playoffs. Yep. It's just like, but Tarasenko.
This was where I officially gave up. I was like, I watched the rest of the game. I didn't turn it off, although the wife wanted me to. I was like, no, we're keeping it on. We're going to watch the end of the Blues this season. Like, this is where I was like, absolutely defeated. I'm just going to sit back in my chair and not say anything and just drink whiskey until the pain goes away. And so I was like, I was full on done. I'm just going to sit here and wait for the season to end.
It's funny because I was sitting down at this time, like I said before. And so the Tarasenko scores for the Blues. Finally, they get on the board. 14:42 into the second period from Leddy and Schenn. Blues, less than 5 minutes to go in the period, or I guess 5 minutes to go in the period. Some good work by Schenn and Toropchenko, deep in the Av zone, playing catch from behind the net to the corner. Toropchenko sauces a pass cross point to Leddy from the far corner. Leddy shoots. It hits Schenn at the side of the net, comes back out to the slot where Tarasenko grabs the puck, wheels, and fires a puck on edge and over Kemper's glove. And I think I was in the same boat as you, Jeff, when you said you didn't celebrate. I was on the couch, and I gave it a fist pump. Yeah, I didn't celebrate like a normal playoff goal. And it was so strange because it was a big goal. Cutting the lead to 2 going into the third is a big deal. A 2-goal lead in the third period is not crazy to overcome if you're playing well. So, but the way the game was going, it was.
I literally was back in my chair. He scored. I didn't even pump my fist. All I said was, well, at least they're not going to get shut out. That was literally all I said.
Yeah. I had a fist bump and might have been a fucking A finally, something like that coming out of my mouth. But
I can totally see you saying that. Like a very disgusted, sarcastic.
Fucking A finally.
Yeah.
It's like
it was a me moment, but unfortunately, for this podcast, at least, only the dogs witnessed it, or probably Sheldon. At that point, I think Fritz was like, yeah, I'm not going anywhere near this asshole. He's pissed off. So, seeing Tarasenko wheel and shoot like that, like he had an opportunity to do that in the first, and he stick handled it a little bit before he let it go. Had an opportunity just to let it go while the puck was rolling and Kemper wasn't set. So, great to see that he learned his lesson. But yeah, at this point, it's still a pipe dream, right?
Yeah, and let's face it too, this is Tarasenko. He did this last year. That was my first thought was, you're going to score when the game's out of reach. And all of a sudden, Tarasenko can play hockey. And like that was my thought. I'm like, too little, too late, Vlad. He could have used you the other 4 games of the series.
Right. The same thing. I thought the exact same thing. Like, here we go.
Yep.
Exact same thing as last year. Because he had 2 goals. He had the only 2 Blues goals in game 4 last year. Yeah.
Yep.
It's a 5-2 loss, I think it was.
Something like that.
Yep. All right. So we will discuss the third period after we take a break and hear from Center Ice Brewery. Do you like hockey? Of course you do. Do you like beer? Of course you do. Are you 21? Let's hope so. If you answered yes to all of those questions, run on down to your local beer distributor and pick up a 2-4 of Old Arena Lager, the Beauty IPA, or any other delicious hockey-themed beer from Center Ice Brewery. That's right, Center Ice Brewery beer is available at various beer stores around town. so check around for the one closest to you. That's Center Ice Brewery. Let's go Blues. Bob Feldhake in the YouTube chat says, I love the Limp with Jordan poster, which is behind. You missing the I, though, Jeff. I Limp with Jordan.
Well, the ones in last night only said stand with Naz.
Oh, really? I thought I saw I stand with Naz. No, okay.
No.
But he says, I love the Limp with Jordan poster. I hope the entire front row has those tomorrow. It was funny because you said you had the idea, Jeff, and Randy Carricker also mentioned.
The minute that I saw those posters last night, I was like, oh, if somehow the Blues win tonight, I hope people have Limp with Jordan on in Game 6 in St. Louis. Yeah. And go ahead. What tweet came out today?
Well, Carricker said on the air of ESPN Radio in St. Louis, he goes, he questioned whether they should make signs that say I Limp with Jordan and to give out to fans to go into the game to, as a response to, as support for, our guy who was taken out by their guy and who was injured, right? So if they're going to support their guy, Kadri, for different reasons, right? And then so we would support our guy for being injured. We'll limp with him, being the key word there because of his knee injury, which I thought was funny. But apparently, and it makes sense. They're not going to do it. But.
Yeah, a lot of people said absolutely not. Forget about the idiot. Let's not, publicize that anymore. And I totally get that. But I thought, you know what, for our couple 100,000 listeners, not 100,000, 100 or 1,000 listeners,
1,000 a week,
about 1,000 or so, a little over that.
At least,
listeners, we they'll enjoy this. So yeah, limp with Jordan.
Yeah, I think in a purely hockey context, it's funny and it would be great to see, but because of the racial overtones of everything else that happened with Kadri, it's not something that the team could support whatsoever, especially after being raked over the coals for being late to respond and tone deaf, for the first couple of days after that, not tone deaf, just silent.
Yeah.
All right, so third period begins. The Blues, there's no goals about the first half of the period until the midway point. 9:57 into the period, Thomas finally scores his first goal of the playoffs from Buchnevich and Leddy. Great goal on the rush. Buchnevich carries the length of the ice, slices through the D, into the corner, crisscrosses with Thomas, slides a pass back to Thomas, who's cut in the net, and Thomas one times at far post past Kemper. Real quick goal, probably surprised Kemper a tad on this play. Good old Eric Johnson. Looked to be playing this a little soft. He was on Thomas, but he wasn't, right? He was on him, but he didn't do anything. So that was interesting.
His positioning was absolutely awful. His stick was already pointed to the corner at the point that the shot's taken. He had no chance of getting anything in the lane on that. Just
well, and then again,
great.
Again, I'm saying the same thing I said about Vladdy. I'm like, okay, Robert, this was great. Where the hell have you been the other games this playoff? And it's like, it's too fucking late. You're not coming back from this lead, even though it's only 3-2 now. Like, I did give a little fist bump. At this point, I was like, okay, all right. But I was still like, too little, too late, Robert. Could have used you the rest of the fucking playoffs, buddy.
Yeah, but 3-2, I'm like, 3-2. Well, this is a game now. I mean, we're within goalie pulling range, and so this is good. This is good. We're good now.
Right. So I think it's. I don't think we have it in the outline, but I think this is where we need to pause and talk about a couple of huge saves that Husso made throughout this game. The shorthanded chance by Manson, although Manson really put the puck back into Husso.
Yeah, he put like shot. He like shot across his body, and it was like, dude,
right,
go far side, buddy.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. He had an empty net, but he did. But that was a huge lift to the team. And then was the other save that he got across. He made the save on McKinnon, and then Landeskog on the rebound, or Landeskog or Rantanen on the rebound. It was just great. Huso was not the problem, as you guys covered earlier, right? It was stuff going in off defenseman, but when he needed to be strong, he was strong. And that completely different from the previous games where, after he gave up a goal, he was soft. That was not the case last night.
Yeah, I think he was real good. His best game of the series in this game. He made some huge saves.
Right.
Right. And
seems like he's growing into it.
Hopefully he just keeps getting stronger, right?
Yeah.
Because we'll probably need him at his best game 6.
We will need him at his best.
Unless
this team need to be rolling the same way they were at the end of the regular season in order to beat this Avs team, and that's what happened in the third period. Well, late second, all third of this game was finally we started getting contributions from someone else other than O'Reilly and Perron.
It's interesting too because we're getting outplayed. This game we're outplayed the whole game. And it's a situation where we're just bending but not breaking. Huso's making big saves, and we get some bounces, and we got some goals late. But we were outplayed in this game. It's not. I don't think anybody can challenge that. It was, because some people were like, "How are we going to overtime? How are we still in this game? How is this game tied? How is this happening?" But it was, the Colorado has played very well, and they just, I don't know if it's not an ability not to finish as often as they probably should be, but here we are. So 3-2 Colorado, 15-14 into the third period. Kyrou scores from Falk and Toropchenko. Could have sworn this was Falk's goal. But
right, it totally looks like it, but they credited it to Kyrou.
I thought they would change it today. They haven't, and I looked at the replay close. I'm like, it still looks like it goes off Falk's stick. But either way, they're both right there. The Blues are pressuring, trying to get the tying goal. Avs are blocking shots, getting in the passing lanes, which they've been doing all series long. Pucks going off sticks, skates, and they're knocking pucks out of midair. It's frustrating. And the Blues are a puck possession, puck moving, puck passing team. And the Avalanche have disrupted that greatly. Falk pinches to go after a block shot near the corner. Whacks at it at the same time as Nichushkin, and it bounds in front. This is a goofy goal, actually. Bounds in front, bounces over Makar's stick as he reaches for it. It comes to Toropchenko, who kind of slows down his one-timer so he can time the bounce so he doesn't whiff on it. Is partially blocked again by Makar's stick, goes off Kemper, then Falk and Kyrou are right there at the doorstep to kind of poke in the rebound into the open side back door. On the replay, like I said,
Flames just scored 2 goals in 10 seconds.
I know, dude, every time I look up, it seems like there's another fucking goal in this game.
When I started this the goal, the Edmonton was up 3-2. Now it's 4-3 Calgary.
It was tied. When you started the Kyrou bit, it was tied.
Yeah, okay, you're right.
2-2. It was 2-2.
2-2.
Yeah, now it's 4-3. Literally every time I've looked up, there has been a goal. The last 5 times I've looked up, it's ridiculous.
This series has no goaltending.
No.
What is wrong with Markstrom? I understand Smith. Jesus. Oh, that was deflected. That was like the Leddy, the McKinnon first goal. Right when he shoots, it's deflected, goes off a stick, it goes off a goofy. So 4-3 Calgary, 4:32 left in the second. Series Edmonton leads the series 3-1. Unbelievable that then I've jumped, I'm yelling. Yeah,
I celebrated.
Like, holy shit.
This was the first goal I fully actually so actually I didn't even really celebrate. What I did was, at this point I'm pretty drunk because I'm just, like I said, I'm just sitting there fucking drinking whiskey the whole time, like this sucks, even when it's 3-2. Then they score this goal, I set my drink down, and I didn't even stand up. I just fell forward. Boom. This game is ridiculous. Holy shit.
Oh my God. Edmonton just ties it back up 4-4.
4-4 now.
You know what? Whoever wins the Blues and the Avalanche series is going to the Cup final.
Yeah, probably.
They're going to beat whoever.
goaltending.
There's no goaltending in this series whatsoever.
Well, anyway, so I
goodness.
literally just collapsed forward, and I'm just on the ice. My face is in the carpet, and I'm just going, "Oh my god!" Like I couldn't believe it. I was so shocked that they were able to come back again. We talked about all the elements against them, the altitude, the greatness that has been the Avalanche in this series. They're on the road. They haven't played that well this series, and it's like, how is this possible? It stunned me.
And it makes you wonder, it's like, where would this team be if they were playing well? And I said it before,
like how we knew they could.
Well, and I'll give Colorado quite a bit of credit for the reason why the Blues aren't playing well, but not all of it. The Blues, when they've had time, when they've had space, they've looked inept most of the time. So
most of the series has been missed passes and flubbed plays, and then when Colorado's bringing it, the Blues are standing still in the defensive zone, like that right before we got the tying goal. Actually, it's the next goal that we're about to talk about. On that play, Jordan Kyrou is just a passenger, right? He's floating back through the neutral zone against the guy who's got a head of steam. And I tweeted out that the Blues coaching staff needs to take this video and send it to him every day and say, this is why you are not considered elite.
Move your ass. You are the fastest skater in the NHL. You have the title. You have that title. If you're not the fastest, technically, you're up there. You're you're up top 3-4. You're dogging it. You're slow strides, and McKinnon blows by you. You have a 15-foot head start on him heading through neutral zone, and he blows by you because you're slow striding it. I'm like, what are you doing? Your team just tied the game, came back from down 0-3 late in an elimination game, and you're out there dogging it when McKinnon's charging up the ice? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Wedge him off. Slow him down. He blows by you, blows the neutral zone. He's going ludicrous speed. And that's not fair to Leddy or Husso. I mean, he's got to apologize to Leddy and Husso because, I mean, he comes at Leddy. Leddy's getting backwards. McKinnon's going 100 miles an hour, gives him the little inside out, how's your father, around him, walks him wide, comes in on Husso, and he's still blazing fast against Husso. And I'm like, and I felt bad for Husso too, because he's like, is he going to cut in front or is he going to go wide? I don't know. And then I don't think Husso played it that poorly. Maybe could have came out a little more. I don't know. But
he got caught in two minds.
But here's the deal, though, is that the puck was on edge. The puck was on edge when McKinnon shoots it, and he just tucks it under the bar. I mean, right, puts it. And I'm like, and I look at the replay. I'm like, fucking Kyrou.
Did you guys see the stat that they posted? It was some advanced thing they have where they were keeping track of player speed. I want to say it was the second period they posted it, and it was like, here's the fastest players from this round. Kyrou was not even like, I think they showed the top 5, and it was all Avalanche players.
No, and O'Reilly was third. O'Reilly was third.
Okay, O'Reilly, who's not even
I know.
Really, honestly, that fast.
Who's average speed at best.
Yeah,
right?
and I'm like, where the fuck is Kyrou? Kyrou should be at the top of this list there with McKinnon and Makar, and he wasn't.
He's not moving his
listed.
skates. That's just proof he's not moving his skates. He's not busting his ass, and that's been the knock on him all season. His back checking in the neutral zone and own zone play. And even when he's got the puck and when he's forechecking, he's not busting his ass forechecking. He's coasting in. I mean, you've got wheels. That's your best weapon. Use it.
Divide by 0S. Is this style of play with Kyrou a youth thing or is this a lazy thing? It's a lazy thing to me.
At this
Absolutely.
point.
At this point,
he's a 3-year pro. Right.
Yeah.
He's a 3-year pro. He knows what he's supposed to be doing. And, that I honestly believed at that point, as did I think every single person in that arena, and keep us honest, Dr. Nighthawk, you were there. Did everybody in that arena believe that the series was over? Right.
Oh, all right, we got our comment of the show.
Well,
Doug Gibson says, just real quick. Doug Gibson says McKinnon was on NHL 95 speed. Kyrou was NHL PA 93. Garth Butcher in 93.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
Slow as shit. Ask Ben Hockman, who's a reporter in St. Louis.
Friend of the show.
He was at the front of the show. He was there, and he said that they played their victory song that they play after games. They played it after McKinnon scored, while the hats were being cleaned up, I think. And he was like, "Wow, they played their victory song," and I was like, "Ooh, that's interesting." And I wonder if Dr. Nighthawk caught that when she was there, that they did that, because that I instantly thought of the Red Sox and the Mets in '86, because they're playing in Boston or they're playing in New York, and Boston's ahead. And the Mets put up on the big screen, "Congratulations to the 1986 world champion Boston Red Sox." And it was only up there for a few seconds, but there's a picture of it. Someone took a picture of it. And that's the same kind of thing. It's like you just jinx your team. So that's a big no-no. All the small things isn't okay. I think Hockman, Hockman said it was a victory song or their victory song. Okay.
I think.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. She said they play it in the third period every game. Okay. So I don't know if Hockman was mistaken.
It's their country roads.
God damn it, Hockman! What an idiot!
So
let's never have him on the show again.
All right. Fair enough. Thank you, Dr. Nighthawk. Okay. So I wasn't even mad after this goal. I mean, I was. A lot of people probably pissed. I was just like, my jaw dropped. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me.
It was a superstar play by a superstar player.
It was, but again,
it's hats off.
We talked about Kyrou, the only guy on the rink who can keep up with McKinnon. Didn't even fucking try.
But at the time,
and I know you guys disagree, but I did not like this goal for Husso. I thought you mentioned, Kurt, that you thought maybe he would come across. Husso should be reading his body. I don't feel like he tipped at all that he was going to cut across. I felt like Husso should have been able to take away the angle and
he's on his forehand.
Stay with the puck. And he's
on his forehand. He can try and shoot low glove at that point, or he can cut backhand.
But it's another goal that's short side on Husso.
Yeah, but his short side tucked up under the bar. I mean, you know what I mean? And he's going 100 miles an hour.
To me, you got to.
He's going 100 miles. He's going 100 miles an hour. He's not. I mean, I don't know. I think
I never say this on the show, but Jeff, you're wrong.
Hey,
well, you should never say it because I'm always right.
Well, that's not true.
Okay, so this is the first time I've ever been wrong. I can accept that.
No, Husso. I'll tell you what I thought when I saw it. Like if you go back and watch the play and you get the angle where you catch Justin Falk, you could almost see the relief that, thank God that's not my guy.
Yeah.
As he's undressing Nick Leddy. And Nick Leddy, who has been our best defensive defenseman in the series, and his speed just completely changed everything there, including where Husso was. Husso got caught in two minds. I do not blame him on that. Right? There are probably 5 players in the league that can do that at top speed. McKinnon and McDavid for sure. Probably Austin Matthews. Maybe a few others, but that is just a world-class goal by a world-class player. And I'm not blaming Husso there.
I was pissed that it happened at all. I felt like, again, Kyrou could have played that differently. Leddy, I thought, had a pretty rough game. So, and again, yes, I'm not going to take anything away. McKinnon was fantastic, especially on this goal. Ridiculous. Highlight reel shit. You expect your stars to come up big in this point. That's what he did. But I don't know. You've got the momentum. You just tied the game 3-3. This goal still pissed me off because I was just this is the Blues season in a nutshell. They get there, they're close, and then they just do something, just allow something like this, and boom, series over.
Well, and to me, I'm not blaming anybody in this goal except for Kyrou. Kyrou hung his defense and his goaltender out to dry. by not doing anything with McKinnon. If his job is to slow McKinnon down, and McKinnon didn't just come in fast, he came in, it was ridiculous. And I don't know what Letty's supposed to do there. So I'd take a penalty, grab onto him.
Right.
I don't know.
Your comment, the ludicrous speed, that was the best. That's it.
That was great. Yeah, we got a comment from
he went plaid.
I love any reference to ludicrous speed.
He went plaid.
With the Blues trailing 4-3, and the goalie pulled, Justin Falk, this was one of the 2 or 3 plays of the game for me. When Landeskog,
he made two of the plays of the game in this sequence.
Yeah.
So what was the other one? Because this where he angles off Landeskog. Oh, right. Yeah. Sorry. Of course, holding the puck in the blue line. Yeah. The skate. Yeah. So I want to ask you guys a question after I break this down here. So, Blues trailing 4-3, goalie pulled. Justin Falk, Landeskog's carrying out of. He gets a pass at the blue line, just outside the blue line, and he's carrying to center, trying to reach the red line to take a shot or dump it in. There's no icing. Yeah, avoid the icing. And Falk wedges him off and gets to him just before the red line and doesn't allow him to get a shot on net. So, do you guys, and they talked about this on the radio today, do you guys think the series is on his stick, one shot, and they close it out? Should he have shot from on the other side of the red line when he had time? Because he had time.
I don't think so. I don't. It's
a chance to win the series.
But it's hard to read because he's looking at it as I need to get it deep and not ice the puck and cause an offensive zone face-off. It really depends on. I'd love to see what, like, if there was a way to, like, helmet cam or whatever, to see exactly what he saw, the way he saw it, because to him it was probably, I could shoot this, but I'm gonna miss, and then we're gonna have an offensive zone face-off. We're stuck out here, blah blah blah. But at the same time, like, you don't want to give the Blues any chance at all, and if you seal the deal there, series is over. They're done. So I don't blame him, but I also can see why people would argue it.
Yeah, I think I would have shot. I think. I mean, if I'm Landeskog, I'm one of the best players in the NHL, and I've got, I've got a clear view of the goal.
The Avalanche.
Yes, and I got a chance to advance to the conference final with this shot. I mean, he probably hits that shot most of the time. I think I shoot. I mean, I understand why not. I understand trying to get the red line, no icing. You want to kill clock, but there's like a minute and a half left, something like that. So there's still a lot of time left. It's not like he's just trying to kill 20, 30 seconds. He's got, I mean, even if he does dump it in, the Blues are getting it coming back anyway. So I don't know. I think
maybe you cause a turnover in the neutral zone coming back. I can see what he was thinking. I don't blame him for this at all.
Well, but I think that's it though. I think he was thinking, right? And that's what cost him, right? if he reacts, if he just takes the shot, and I agreed, I found myself agreeing with the consensus in the studio that he's got to shoot that puck, right? I don't know what the face-off percentages were in the game, but you've got a chance to win that face-off, right? You go ahead and take it. Right. If you fire, you all you have to do is win a face-off. Thought that's what he should have done. He didn't do it. Beginning of the choke. Let's go.
Right.
I'm with Crappy Goalie. He says the most important thing is getting the puck deep. 100%. I think that's my defensive mind. That's what I'm thinking. I get it to the red line, get the puck deep, and expect you guys to cause a turnover coming back in the neutral zone.
I think that's I don't think that's quite the thinking that it used to be, though. I think that it was always the case. Get to the red line, don't ice it. Teams ice it now. I mean, a lot.
Right. Right. It's
I think,
face-offs are generally a coin flip. So do it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I think it's just a matter of what type of player you are. I think if that's McKinnon, he's firing it to the net.
Well, Landeskog, and it's not Tony Twist. Tony Twist,
but I'm saying Landeskog is a defensive-minded player too. He plays pretty solid defense in his own zone. Not saying McKinnon doesn't, but he's a guy who likes to shoot. I could see Landeskog, especially as the captain, saying, I got to make the right play here. Make the smart play, get the puck deep, get off, get a change, expect my guys to do their job when they come back.
But he overthought it.
Probably.
He had 30. Landeskog had 30 goals this year. So I'm
not saying he's not an offensive player. I'm saying that he's a good defensive-minded player, too. And I think that's what he was thinking.
Yeah. Blues, let's see. Wait, I lost my place in the outline here. Okay,
goal.
So less than a minute to go. Yeah, Blues goal. So less than a minute to go. Blues work the puck around the entire perimeter as the Avs, for some reason, stopped pressuring the puck. Did you guys notice this? All series long, the Blues have the puck in their zone. They're pressuring the puck carrier. They're challenging. They're forcing the issue. And now they're sitting in a shell. They're in a compact box. And maybe they thought the Blues were trying to do something and they were trying to take it away, but they went away from what was working for them. And they let the Blues pass it around. And that's playing right into the Blues' hands because they're a puck-moving, puck-possession team. If you let them move the puck around, that's right in their wheelhouse. So Tarasenko tries a bad angle shot up high on Kemper from the near side corner. Shot wasn't even going. You see the replay from the ice angle camera. Puck wasn't even going in. It wasn't even on net. It was going to go like against the out into the corner, other side. But it hits Kemper up high. Rebound squirts back door, and Robert Thomas puts it in as Makar didn't have him tied up back door. So unbelievable.
Put it off Kemper.
Right. It was off his right. So the Tarasenko shot hits the mask, undoes the strap on Kemper's mask, falls, hits his pant, goes down into the crease. Thomas swats it back off the pant into the net.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
Just and then I'm going nuts. I'm like, I can't believe they did it twice.
Yeah, I lost my shit this time. I officially fully lost my shit this time. I fucking spilled my drink and was just like, oh my God. Like I was losing my mind.
Yep. I may have got in front of the TV and said some nasty shit to Darcy Kemper there because he was listening.
I think I woke. I mean, my windows were open because my AC. Well, it's nice outside, but
right.
Yeah. So I get my AC replaced, so it's not really working right now. But I think I probably woke the neighbors up because the windows were open, and I did quite a bit of yelling. I didn't want to do too much, right? Because I didn't want anything yet. But I celebrated quite a bit.
At second intermission, this beard is getting ridiculous. That's the only positive that'll happen when the Blues lose. So I literally, second intermission, I went and grabbed my razor, my shaving cream, and I lined it all up on the sink. And I'm like, the minute this season is over, I am going to shave this off. So second intermission, they're down 3-1. Still 100% sure they're going to lose. So then it goes into OT with this goal. And after the third period ends, I went in back to the bathroom, put all that shit back up, and was like, it's not going to be tonight. Like at this point, I'm starting to feel confident. Like, okay, they're going to pull this out tonight.
So, and I had a feeling that, and I tweeted this out, that whoever scores this overtime is not going very long. The Blues are coming on. Kemper looks soft. And the Avalanche, are going to be going for it. So there's going to be a goal first 5-10 minutes of overtime. That's why I felt it's not going to go long.
For sure.
Yeah. So first off, and right before the Blues score in overtime, Bozak scores 3:38 in to overtime, so not very long. But Bortuzzo saves the season.
Yep.
On all fours in the crease next to Husso on a shot. I didn't see who shot it, but it hits off of like his arm or side of his chest. Bertuzzi, and he's just, I don't even think he was trying to block it. It came through traffic and it hit him. And save this. It was going in for sure, going in. Because Husso was down, didn't see it, couldn't pick it up. And then the Blues basically come down and score.
That's where he earns his paycheck. I know a lot of people, we saw
block
some
shots.
I don't want to say a lot. A good amount of people were saying that when they re-signed him this year to, another 2-year deal. It was pretty cheap. They were still upset, saying, "Come on, we don't need this guy." I don't understand that.
Yeah.
I think it, as your 5'6" defenseman and a guy who can take up minutes like this. Yeah, he's not going to score you goals, but he's a big dude out there, and he's not a pylon either. He's not fast, but he's not slow, and he reacts well to plays, and that's what happened here. I think he just was in the right place at the right time. He read the play. Like you said, maybe he's not looking to block it, but his body's there, and that's where he needs to be, and he made a great play.
And he's one of the few guys that plays with physicality. I mean, he will hit, he'll be nasty in front if he has to be, take the occasional bad penalty, whatever. But and he excels on the PK. He's a shot blocker. And I think he's a bargain at $700,000 for what he does. They use him a lot for various things, and they situationally, right? He's very good. So 3:38 into the overtime, Bozak's goal. Bozy, 3:38 from Letty and Barbashev. Barbashev carries across the blue line, dumps it far corner. Bozak goes in, grabs it, skates behind the net, passes out to Letty at the point, kicks it to keep it in under pressure. Bozak comes up with it as he's circling to the point, carries over to the very high slot, middle point, if you will, and then lets a slap shot go that Kemper partially screened on, I guess. Beats him clean. I don't think it went off anybody. I thought for a while it could have grazed off a knee barely, and changed direction a little bit, like sideways.
77 miles per hour. 77.
But he didn't pick it up. He starts to shoot. There is a screen there, but I really think he should have had it. Right? He should have picked it up.
Yeah, for sure. Get big. He's a big goalie. You right, Bill? You play big in the crease when you don't see the puck, and he didn't play big.
Yeah, I have no idea what he was thinking there. Just not ready, not even thinking that a shot's going to come through, and that's going to be tough to overcome going into the next game. That's going to be in the back of your mind that I gave up a soft goal to lose. Right.
Yep.
Try to blame Bo Byram for blocking the view, but he had plenty of time to pick that up, and
he should have picked it up.
At least
you don't get beat by a 77 mile per hour shot, slap shot from the point,
glove high,
overtime winner, and not have ill effects from it.
Well, that's our bounce. That's one of the bounces we have not got.
At least he didn't react like Mike Smith on that long range goal when he just
was
like,
so funny. He's trying to blame Duncan Keith, like Duncan Keith out the blue line.
Pick that shit up, man. You have plenty of time.
You screened me at the blue line.
The other team's blue line.
Yeah.
Smith's on ice reaction was pretty bad, but I laughed at his interview. I thought it was funny in the interview.
I didn't see that.
So
he said, I can laugh about it now, right?
He owned it. He owned it.
So Cap Friendly has a deserve to win -o-meter. If you haven't seen this, it's kind of interesting. Nice look after the game. It's basically a little short video that shows the meter, how it fluctuates, and shows the scoring chances on a chart of the ice rink for each team. And pretty much the entire game, it fluctuated between 70 and 80% for Colorado to win the whole game. Just it never went anywhere close to 50-50 ever at any point. So according to their analysis and their advanced metrics, Colorado was the dominant team in this game from start to finish, which I'm not going to disagree with. They outplayed the Blues in this game. The Blues were opportunistic in their chances. Had a couple of very similar goals go in, kind of jamming at home around top of Kemper. Kemper was not strong, and the Blues benefited from that. And hopefully that trend maintains as we head to Game 6.
Yeah. So again, with this Bozak goal, kicked the ottoman, lost my shit. My windows were not open, but I guarantee I at least woke up one or two of my neighbors. Unbelievable. Just an absolutely unbelievable goal. And and again, you talk about this deserve to win-o-meter. And it's a cool metric to have. It's fun to watch. It's kind of, okay, well, I see and 9 times out of 10, there's a good chance that's going to be right. But again, this is why we play the games, and that's why it is so much fun when things don't work out the way they should in hockey. Like, that's what I love about this sport. You know, we can reference all the time the 1980 Miracle on Ice. You know, that how many times as a team won? I think back to Belarus over Sweden in what was that, 04? Like, some of those games are just the craziest shit. It will happen, and the team that shouldn't win will win, and it's so much fun to be a part of and witness.
I think that's why I never throw in the towel. I mean, I can be realistic about chances and things like that, but I'm never a guy to completely say it's done, it's over before it actually is. So that's where I kind of live in my sports fandom. But BH Kell in the YouTube chat says, "Did that Bozak goal deflect? It looked like it went off Byram. That's what I mean. If it did, it didn't go up or down. I think if it did graze off of a knee of Byram's knee, it went sideways a little bit, and that's the only what thing.
But again, with him not being able to see the puck, if that's the case, I think if he's playing big in the crease, one, you'll be able to pick it up off Byram's knee because it's not coming fast, and two, like, you're playing big, it was kind of shot toward where he should have been. Just not a good goal on Kemper at all.
He may not have even known that Bozak shot it, because when Bozak winds up, there's two guys in the way, and by the time he lets it go, he's kind of out of that screen or coming out of that screen. So maybe he didn't even know he let it go. I don't know. As Bozak shooting from there was surprising. There's nobody in front of Blues players. It was just I'm sure it took him by surprise. Had to.
Mm-hmm.
So in Game 6. 7 p.m. Friday night in St. Louis. What do the Blues have to do to send this series back to Colorado for Game 7, guys? Before we shut her down.
Well, let's get to it. Yes, they have to win. Doug Gibson in the YouTube chat. Do you think the Blues need to pepper the net early tomorrow since Kemper seems so shaky? I know they typically pass and look to create high danger chances, but like Bill said, he lost on his 77-mile-per-hour slap shot. Yeah, so I think that is part of it. You know, the Blues, let's face it, haven't really done that at all this series. Come out firing, come out shooting. Granted, the first goal of the series is only won one game in this series, and that was Game 2 for the Blues. But you get out to an early lead, and you can build on it. You keep firing at Kemper if he is possibly fighting the puck. Maybe that's the key right there.
Here's the problem with, I think, putting a bunch of shots on net. Colorado has been amazing at blocking opportunities, and I think what the Blues should probably need to do, hopefully that they'll get more chances if they do this. They would get more chances. It's just manage the puck better. Quit case of the yips, whatever, holding the stick too tight. I don't know, but if they can manage the puck better. And they would then in turn get more chances out of that and play their game. I think if they actually try and pepper Kemper by taking a lot more shots from areas they don't normally take shots, maybe it would surprise them because it's not what we usually do and they wouldn't be ready for it. But I think that's changing our game too. Not that the game plan that we've had has been great so far anyway, because we haven't played great. But I think you think it's just a matter of time before this team gets some puck management back, right? Sooner or later.
I think there's a two factors there. One, confidence. The Blues haven't had a lot of confidence. They've made some really poor passing decisions and haven't really been able to accept passes. So the other part is, will the Avalanche play? Will they come out and challenge? That was a great point you made earlier. They went to a defensive shell. If they continue to play like that, I like the Blues' chances. I think the Blues are going to have to weather a storm and to start the game. But if they can get an early goal and get in Kemper's mind, take shots from bad angles if you have that opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, this kind of stems back to what the Blues have to do in general anyway. but I think that's what we're talking about. So, I mean, slowing Colorado down to the neutral zone, looking at you, Kyrou, move your ass, get more good chances on Kemper, and that would stem from hopefully better puck management. He has been shaky. It'd be great to get more good chances on him. Clean exits, tape-to-tape transition passes, getting in on the forecheck, which they haven't done a whole lot of. That would help maintain some kind of a persistent forecheck. And it's basic stuff. Blues have been so erratic in the series, in the basics in the series so far, and they still. I mean, it's 3-2. They're in it, but they got to clean their shit up. And so it's in crunch time now.
Well, I love what Crappy Goalie says here in the chat. Just stop turning it over 10 feet inside their own blue line. They do that so much, and it causes long possessions by the Avs. Yeah, if you clean breakouts, that's what we saw a lot, I think, with the Minnesota series, and they're just not doing it in this series. If we can see them turn that around in Game 6, that'll be huge for them.
Right. They've been extremely stationary in their own zone, feet not moving. Kyrou, I can remember 3 or 4 times where he's gotten a pass and he's been at a dead standstill. And he may be the fastest guy, but against the Avalanche team, you don't get those 3 strides to get up to speed, right? You have to be moving constantly, right? You have to be out there and moving and getting open and yeah, there's a little bit of luck when you're making a pass, coming out of the zone when the Avalanche are pressing, but you gotta press it. You got to do it, and you got to do it with speed.
I think if the Blues can get to Game 6 with the way they've played, they can win the series if they can play the way they're capable of playing. So, and that's interesting to feel that way, because coming into the series, I thought, I didn't think the Blues had a very good chance at all of winning the series, like most people. Yeah. I said Avs in 6. That was my guess. Still could happen that way, but if the Blues, I mean, they have to play better than they played this series to date so far. So we'll see what happens.
Right. So Brandon Toma in the YouTube chat brings up that the Avs fans are squirming like crazy, and I don't think we got a chance to ask. I don't know if he's still around, but Jason Smith, who's been in for the last few shows, Avs fan. Is that how it is? And Dr. Nighthawk, if you're still there, is that the feeling? Like, is the the choking feeling already setting in Denver? Are the sphincters clenched?
There are a lot of people that I saw online anyway, and that's a small sample size from the entire fan base, right? But you see a lot of doom and gloom, and I think that's just because of the struggles they've had to get out of the second round the past so many years, and they haven't been to the third round in 20 years.
20 years.
So I think that's
right.
Yeah, 20 years.
Right.
I think
so
that's
the
part
pressure's
of
on
part
them.
Yeah.
Right. The pressure is on, and they if that is a real thing, man, it's going to be tough for them to come in, especially if they give up an early goal. Right. McKinnon did everything humanly possible to win that game, and the rest of that team let him down.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Like we're gonna about wrap it up. We got some nice conversation going on. Apologize for not being able to get to all of it. There's a lot of it. Well, hopefully we'll see what happens tomorrow. Any predictions, or you want to just stay away from that?
Well, I mean, Vanessa and I gave predictions in a way last game, and it seemed to work. So I'm going to stick with what I said. Blues aren't going anywhere. This will be the last game of the season. We'll have our postseason wrap up, or our season wrap up show next week. So we'll see.
It's so wrong and negative. The defeatist attitude. I hate it so much.
You know what? I've had that as a Blues fan my whole life, and then 2019. I just felt the flip. And like when they were down to Dallas, when they had the series tied against Winnipeg after going up 2-0, I kept telling people, and you can ask Crappy Goalie, he kept saying to me, this is the most optimistic I've ever seen you, because I've known him for a long time. And it was like they went down 3-2 to Dallas, and I was like, they're going to win. They're going to win in Game 7 in St. Louis. I'm not worried about it. And that's just how I felt the entire playoff. And I kind of had that feeling in the bubble, but it went away pretty quick. And I didn't have that feeling last year, and I don't have it this year either. I'm sorry. I just don't see them getting past Colorado. Again, I will gladly find a crow and eat it live on the show if they beat the Avalanche in 7 games.
Oh,
that's
God.
not real.
We're
That's
not going to
not
allow
real.
that to happen.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I'm editing out after you say it on the air.
No,
So.
I'm gladly saying that I will eat crow figuratively if they lose or if they end up winning the series, and I will do it with a smile on my face.
You're getting booed in the YouTube chat.
Yeah, Darren Grice doesn't like that I picked the Avalanche. He seems very mad at me. But
see, I think
sorry.
The way go ahead, but you want to give a prediction?
I was just going to say is he was giving us shit.
Bill picked the Blues to win the series.
Well, he was giving me and you shit.
Right.
Darren was giving me and you shit for picking the Avalanche, and all I said to him in the chat was, I'm a realist. I'm a hockey fan first. I looked at the series, tried without bias, and said, I see the Avalanche winning this in 6 games, which that still could be the case. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, the Avalanche are an amazing team, and they have 2 shots at closing this out. That said, the last exchange I had with one of my guys at work today, holiday weekend, he's off tomorrow. The last thing he asked was, "Let's go Blues?" ? Because I was pretty negative the other day. And my response was, "Yeah, hope is a bitch.
Yeah.
Or hope is the best and the worst of everything. Let's go Blues." I have the Blues winning tomorrow night.
So, and you picked the Blues to win in 7 before the series started, right? Okay. So I mean, that's on the table still.
All of our predictions are on the table.
All of them are. All of them are. Right. All of them are.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go against my prediction. I'm gonna say the Blues pull it out tomorrow. I'm gonna say that they and I'm gonna say it's not even gonna be close. How about that? Like a 4-1.
I hope you're right, and I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. I've said before, I hate predictions. I hate them. I don't like doing them.
I do too.
I feel stupid saying it because you never fucking know what's gonna happen.
Right. You don't.
Yeah.
And I guess the one thing that gives me comfort with my prediction is that the Avalanche fans seem to be really scared about the choke coming on. So
yeah, they do.
That's what that's what I'm hoping for. And having been a Blues fan who's lived through how many years till we won the Cup? Yeah, it's I'm all for it. Patrick Waugh should be the last Avalanche goalie to win a Stanley Cup, in my opinion.
Man, I am getting a lot of shit here for the crow comment. No, folks, I am not going to eat a live crow on the air.
Well, so
live,
but John,
live crow. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
No. Oh, God. God, no.
John.
What do you think my wife would do if I just walked in crow in a cage? Hey, honey, it's okay. I'm gonna eat this tonight. It's okay.
You would lose an eyeball before that happened.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You have to like break its neck and then eat it.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
I'm giving you advice on how to do this, like I've done it before.
Yeah, trust me, I know. I've been there before.
Yeah. I've watched Ozzy Osbourne do something similar on stage. So, if you can do it with a bat, you can do it with a crow. Come on.
I like what Divide by Zero said. The real question for Jeff is, what will he wash it down with?
Cat piss. There you go.
I mean, it's got to be something gross, or grosser than crow.
There's not much grosser than cat piss. Cat piss is pretty disgusting. That's potent
Bud
stuff.
Light
man.
Orange.
Bud Light. That's not cool.
That's one of my favorite quotes ever from Simpsons was when they were in New York, and he eats the coquillage, and he's like, "Oh, what do you have to drink so I can wash that down?" And he's like, "I have prune juice and Mountain Dew." And Homer goes, "Ugh, oh God, ugh, I'll take the prune juice."
Sports are a funny thing, and I love the fact that anything can happen, any given game. So I think that's what I'm kind of banking on. You know, it'll be we'll see what happens. Who knows? Hopefully we'll have another show celebrating this win, or I guess it'd be after Game 7, wouldn't it? Because Game 6 is on Friday and Game 7 would be Sunday, right?
Yep, something and maybe a Monday show,
or maybe a Sunday post game or something.
I don't play hockey. I typically play Sunday nights. I don't play Sunday nights. So,
is it afternoon or is it
it's a holiday weekend, so that plays into it too. So I don't know. Okay. I assume you guys are both off Monday. But.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned for that news for next show. Hopefully it's a celebratory show and not a season recap show. Support for Let's Go Blues Radio is brought to you in part by ID Life, the world's only truly personalized vitamin platform based on a health assessment of your DNA. Visit rockinthatidlife.com for more information. That's rockinthatidlife.com, and get 10% off by emailing Dustin at rockinthatidlife@gmail.com and tell him Let's Go Blues Radio sent you. And by Center Ice Brewery, St. Louis's tasty hockey-themed beer. Check out your local beer vendors for availability. That's Center Ice Brewery beer. Please drink responsibly. That'll wrap up episode 41 of season 10 of the original St. Louis Blues Hockey Podcast. Let's Go Blues Radio. Thanks for listening, and thanks for those who participated in the YouTube and Facebook live chats during the live show. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we've enjoyed bringing it to you. For Jeff Ponder and Bill Day, I'm Kurt Price. Until next time, everyone. I think you're going to say it, right, Jeff? I won't say Limp with Jordan, but go ahead. Let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues.
Limp with Jordan. Let's go Blues. Beat the fucking Avalanche. Fuck you, Nazem Kadri.
The Chiefs are at home tonight against Cyanosport at the War Memorial at 8. Good seats are still available. A look at fourth. I think that went very well.
Thank you for listening to Let's Go Blues Radio. Now take off, hosers.
I want you to have a heart attack and die so that we never have to do this shit again.
Well, there's 90 minutes of your life you'll never get back. Sorry.
St. Louis Blues, St. Louis Blues. Have you heard the news about our St. Louis Blues? They've only just begun, they're on their way to #1. Now there's no more blues for our St. Louis Blues. The Blues are on the ice tonight again. They're rough and tough and got the stuff to win. They'll always get one more, no matter what the score. They are quite a hockey team, my friend. They never give